All right, who's ready for another round of Democrat Bingo? So, the rules are simple in Democrat Bingo. You find a Facebook post or something not too controversial, and then you look at the comments. Now, what we're looking for in the comments is something unhinged, something weird, and then you click on their profile, and what you're looking for is something to do with pride, COVID, I stand with Ukraine, F Donald Trump, stuff like that. So let's get ready for another round of Democrat Bingo. All right, so I found this post on Facebook, and it says How to Parent 2025, and yeah, it speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. Let's see. We're not even going to click on this one. That one, you already know. Let's see. Chase Small. And moments later, he said, and remember, kids, if you don't pray, you will burn in hell. I mean, you don't have to be religious to want to shield children from gay stuff. Am I right? All right, let's check out this guy's profile. Oh my God. Abolish ICE, no Trump, no KKK, no fascist, USA. We've already won. Pro-America, anti-Trump, pride. Wow. Yeah, this guy is a gold mine. What is this? Huh. Pregnant. Vote. What in the world? What is... This is an odd... Ocasio-Cortez. What? I stand with Palestine. This is a gold mine. That's how you play Democrat Bingo. So, yeah, you could play this game at home. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, and you can get a little kick out of it. So thank you so much for playing Democrat Bingo with me.
And if you hear this and then go and bend your back, go and bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max.
Good morning, happy Friday, everybody. I hope everyone's having just an outstanding week. So what are we going to be going over today? Well, a woman in Alaska was attacked by a bear. She was dragged 100 yards and survived. A comedian that goes by the name of Drusky, he dressed up as a white guy, and it is hilarious to watch. The View also said something remarkable as they do that kooky Sunny hosting. And we also have some words of wisdom from a legal immigrant, now an American citizen, responding to some words that Gavin Newsom said. So let's get fired away.
A Kenai woman was seriously injured after she was attacked by a bear this morning. Lauren Maxwell tells us it happened during an early morning jog.
Well, Rebecca, the 36-year-old woman went out for a jog sometime between 5 and 5:30 this morning while it was still dark out. She didn't make it very far. Now, she lives in a neighborhood that's close to the Pillars boat launch near the Kenai River. Troopers say she was about 50 yards from her house on Chinook Drive when the bear attacked and dragged her 100 yards down the road and into the woods onto a neighbor's property. That neighbor heard noises that he thought was a bear, but he wasn't sure what was going on.
He heard like the barking, wolfing sound of a bear. He's been around bears before, and he thought a bear, might have got a dog or was doing something in the neighborhood. Didn't really think much of it, and then he heard it some more. He ended up daylight. He walked out there and located a female in the woods on his property.
Now, troopers say that the woman was bleeding from injuries to her face and neck. She was conscious, but in shock. She's been medevaced to an Anchorage hospital for treatment.
And Lauren, what can you tell us about the bear?
Well, they believe it's a brown bear, although they couldn't find it after searching this morning. And they're warning neighbors to be careful. They say there will also be extra patrols in the neighborhood for the next few days.
Wow, I really hope the best for this woman. I wish her a speedy recovery. That is insane, but that would be a hell of a story for the rest of her life, the time that she fought off a grizzly bear, Yeah, you got to be careful up there in Alaska and other places that have bears, especially during these months right now while bears are prepping to go to their dens. Right now it's bear viewing season in Alaska, which means there's a lot going on. There's a lot of action going on. So if you're going to be going out, running, jogging, hiking, always have a partner with you. And also have your bear mace, Be safe out there, everybody. Stay active, but be safe. All right, to move forward to our next story, a comedian that goes by the name of Drusky, he dressed up as a white guy and went to NASCAR, and man, the makeup, that whoever did the makeup on this should get an award for. It's amazing. However they did this to make this guy look like a white guy, it is outstanding. I think it's hilarious. Some people are offended. I'm not one of those people. So let's check this out.
Remove all larger electronics. If you have a phone, liquid CDs, IDs, take it out. Put your shoes in another bin. I said it already. Put your shoes in another bin.
I mean, who is this really offending? And what happens to you when you are offended by something? I mean, nothing. Nothing happens when you're offended by anything. I mean, and no one cares. No one cares. It was a good comedy skit. Let's make comedy normalized again. And you know what? If you don't like comedy like that, just don't watch it. It's pretty simple. I think it was hilarious. And like I said, the makeup artist did just an outstanding job. I wouldn't have, if I was there, I wouldn't have known. All right, now our next story. The View, Sunny Hostin. These people are so disconnected from reality. It never ceases to amaze me. Check out what she said recently about Trump voters.
I bet you there are a lot of people that voted for Trump that wish the
and a lot of people who didn't vote.
I dare you to name one. I dare you. Trump supporter here. I dare you to name one.
Yeah, I really can't tell what the people on The View, their writers, their hosts, are they acting, or are they really that disconnected from society? And might I also add that Trump voters know exactly what a Kamala Harris presidency would have looked like. It would have been an atrocity. An atrocity. I mean, our country would still be wide open to everybody and anybody to come in here, simply because these people know that once they got here, taxpayer-funded benefits for everybody. And then they would have banned IDs for elections, right? While also at the same time monitoring your freedom of speech. Look what's happening in the UK right now. I mean, a Kamala Harris presidency would have been the worst thing for this country, and I truly believe that they didn't remove Biden from office during his presidency, because if they would have, Kamala Harris was next up in line, and I truly believe that they didn't remove him because they knew that she would have destroyed this country. All right, now, and speaking of voting rights, Gavin Newsom out of California, or as I like to call it, California, he just kind of admitted to not wanting ICE near voting polls for what reason specifically?
Hi everyone, so take a look at this clip and come right back.
You think ICE is not going to show up around voting and polling booths to chill participation? You know that. The National Guard, you know that. Everybody knows what's at stake, so we have to put a stake in the ground and do things differently.
So think about what he said for a second. As many of you know, I was an immigrant in America for 18 years before I became a citizen. And throughout that entire 18-year period, there was never a single time that I showed up at a polling station on election day because I did not have the right to vote in America. So what is Gavin Newsom saying here? There are immigrants who are voting. Now, this is not just about immigrants, because what he is suggesting is that the presence of ICE will stop people from going to the polls. So he's not even talking about legal immigrants, because legal immigrants will have nothing to fear if ICE is around. So basically what he is saying is that illegal immigrants will be deterred from going to the polls. So, are illegal immigrants making it a habit to go to the polls on election day in America? I thought Democrats said our elections are the most secure ever, and that not requiring ID was necessary because people that look like me apparently can't get IDs. Is this the reason why they don't want voter IDs? If this is not a confession of how corrupt the voting system in Democrat-controlled states have become, I don't know what will convince you. Our elections must be protected from the corruption of charlatans who continue to clamor about protecting democracy, but will take every opportunity to undermine the process while pretending to be the saviors of the system. As a new American citizen who just a few years ago earned my right to vote, I believe that my vote needs to be protected from being wiped out by illegal immigrants. If this was not a plan, I am calling on ICE to actually show up at polling stations because citizens are not intimidated by seeing law enforcement. And we cannot continue to allow our election system to be abused.
I mean, this fine young American is absolutely correct about this. I mean, what do we know about Gavin Newsom? Well, he's a professional bullshitter.
He chose escalation. He chose more force. He chose theatrics over public safety. He federalized another 2,000 Guard members.
But sometimes he says the quiet part out loud, like American citizens would be afraid to go to polling stations on voting day. No, that's not it. He just wants immigrants and illegal immigrants voting in our state and federal elections. But that is what I have for you on this beautiful, beautiful Friday. I really hope you enjoyed this segment of The Right View. If you did, please leave a comment. Maybe put "Go Trump" down in the comments. That'll really make the liberals pretty upset. Like this video and subscribe to The Right View if you're not subscribed already. To my already subscribed viewers, thank you so much for your support. For the rest of the weekend, get outside. Get outside. Winter is coming. Remember, if you're around bears, have a partner with you if you're out hiking, and have your bear spray. Please do that. Be safe. Now, for the rest of the weekend, stay motivated. Get outside, hydrate, and change your socks. I'll talk to you on Monday. All right, bye.